Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and create a useful and informative video about different types of lighting, torches and flashlights and what might be handy for you to have. So, with a little bit of nighttime outdoors riverside footage to get you interested in this video, let's head back to the studio and take a look at some of the items I have in regular use. Firstly, we've got a really simple item here, a cap with a light built into the peak. Now this might not be an absolute must-have for everybody, but it is really simple, low-cost, hands-free lighting. So even just wearing it in the garden to take the wheelie bin out, you'll find it very useful to have. Next up, we've got an indoor utility work light, I'll call it. So it's got an extendable neck, it's got a bendable neck, a magnet on the one end so you can hang it from a metallic surface, and you can see it's got a clip on the side so you can clip it to your shirt, and with that bendable neck it can then also be a hands-free light that's facing forwards from your body. Next up is probably the most interesting light here that you probably won't come across too often. This is a proper studio light. So unlike some of the proper work lights that might look similar, like small floor-based floodlights, this is actually designed to give a very even, very sort of soft light that's nicely distributed around the area. And as you can see, I've got one really close to these objects I'm filming on the ground, and even at this range it still isn't creating that really bright spotlight effect. That's how well diffused it is. So I like to use the studio lights an awful lot, and we'll talk in person, face to face now about this headlight, because there's something I just want to talk about it. But I really do love the studio lights. I use them indoors and outdoors when I'm filming. So yeah, these headlights I'm a huge fan of. But here's a tip. As a side note, here's a really simple but handy little tip when it comes to wearing these headlights. I've been mocked for wearing mine on top of my head like a tiara when I'm wearing a woolly hat that doesn't have a peak. And that's simple because when this is switched on, it's not just sending light forwards, it's sending it in a nice widespread beam, which if I've got it in the traditional place, is of course shining down into my glasses, onto my face, and creating a large sort of very light object near my eyes that interrupt and affect my general night vision. Similar to this lovely little hat here that's got a few bulbs in the peak. Nice and dim, but of course, if you've got that on your head, you can see the bottom end of those bulbs. So what I'm going to do with this is just take a tiny slither of electrical tape and cover those up, so then instead of having a bright object interfering with my eyes so close to my face, I've just got the pure light diffusion and radiating out into the world around me. So again, really simple, but the difference between having this torch here and this torch here is absolutely amazing. So yeah, laugh at me all you want. So as you can probably gather, I'm a big fan of head torches. So on to the big ones here. So this is quite an old torch now, but there's a lot of modern day equivalents. I'll leave some Amazon associate links to similar or identical lights to these here. So if you want to buy through those links, I'll get a commission and support the channel and all that stuff. But let's look at those after the video. This is the real torch though, an Immolent MS12 Mini. This is one of the top 5 brightest torches in existence to my knowledge. It's listed at 65,000 lumens on turbo mode. Some people have tested it and actually got it registering slightly brighter than that, but as you're about to see in this little bit of outdoor footage, it's just ludicrously bright. So this was just me filming at the riverside for reasons I can't really express, to be honest. But I hope you've found something interesting so far in this video. And as you can see, here's the big bright head torch. We've got the decent torch that I said in my one hand, and then of course engaging the super torch, and it's like your own portable sun. It does get exceptionally warm though. Anyway, loads of links in the description. Find me all over the internet and have a wonderful night.